that away with me and tell everybody on Twitter, on Facebook, on everything that I am now a one-woman powerhouse. But I do have to dispel the myth that I am actually a two-woman powerhouse. So apologies. So we'll call it a two-woman powerhouse. Thank you for asking me to come and talk about myself and Twitter this evening. And just really wanted to tell you why I got into it, why I wanted to use it and what I use it for. Pretty much I do no work, I just sit on Twitter all day and talk about anything and everything. But I have actually learned that I've got to stop talking about everything and anything and just be a little bit more business-like. So why did I start using it? I thought about what would people want me to talk about when I'm up here, apart from what I do, which Nigel's already said what I do, so I don't really need to tell anybody. And I thought, well, what questions would I want to ask, and what answers would I want to know? So I thought, right, well, I'll just write some questions and I'll tell you the answers, basically. So if anybody does want to ask any questions, feel free to ask at any point, or if you want to wait to the end, or if you've not got any questions, then great, that's absolutely fine. But why did I start using it? I started to use Twitter. I was already on Facebook, and I have a vision for my business, which is international household name as a stylist, and also the stylist that will work for me. In late 2011, 2012, we're launching in New York and then LA. So Twitter seemed a great starting point to do that. So I thought, well, I'll give it a bit of a whirl, and I just started and went, hello, it's me. And I thought, well, what do I call myself? Because I'm Martine Alexander, but people don't necessarily know who I am. And I thought, well, what do I want Twitter to be? And I thought, well, I want to be your stylist. I want to be someone that you can talk to and say, you know what, I'm going out on Saturday night and I've got a clue where to go, what to wear. Have you seen anything on the streets? You know, this is my budget. And people can ask me questions, but they can also get to know me. So I thought, well, I'll call myself your stylist, and that's what I am, is your stylist. And it might sound cheesy, but you know, I like it, and that's how I want people to perceive what I do. What I wanted to get out of it was, again, like I say, was people to know who I am, to get a lot more contacts, and also to get the name out there, that there is someone out there that's there for you, and also get more exposure for the brand that I am building and have built over the last 5 years. And so far, what I've got out of Twitter is, for me, it's phenomenal. I've actually got people that have come from Dublin, people that have come from New York, and have actually come over to Manchester for a holiday, or to London, and have said, well, I really, really need you to come and meet me, and have paid for me to go and style them. And that's purely based on me showing them what's out there in Britain, and they've obviously just built up that trust in me, and think, well, actually this girl might know what she's talking about. I've also had quite a lot of press from it, through Twitter, obviously. PR contacts that I've made have been fantastic. Companies approaching me. I've approached companies, especially companies that represent brands that I really, really want to get my celebrity clients in. There's a great Manchester brand that's a PR company that's got a Manchester brand, and through them we've dressed Michelle Keegan a couple of times in their dresses, so that's been fantastic. I've also got quite a lot of high street brands, Harvey Nichols following me, Harrods following me, Liberty of London, so also their press departments are following me as well, so that's been unbelievable. You can't really ask for that. It's almost like it takes the cold calling or the email process totally out of the way, and they've already bought into you because they can see that you know what you're talking about. And plus, if you've got the website to back it up, then it makes it so much easier, because people can just see, well, this is who she's styling, these are the shoots she's done, so she looks all right, hopefully. So you know, we'll talk to her and we can see that she's genuine. Again, it's got me international exposure. What I'm trying to do is get more international exposure, especially in New York and LA, because at the moment all I can really do is once I'm walking down Market Street and I see something in a window, and take a picture and put it on Twitter and ask people for feedback. I can't really do that in America, so what I'm trying to do is build up some sort of link with the US to be able to do the same sort of thing, especially things like sale days, when you know when a store's going into sale. A lot of the stores will tell me, and I'll tell the people that are following me on Twitter, which is great because that's what they want to know. They want to know when I want to know when sales are going on. I want to get a bargain, I'll be honest. So if I can share that love and that joy across the UK for the people that are following me, and people do ask me, do you know when the next sale starts or when the Harvey Nicks sale starts? So insider info, I always call it. It's just insider info. The other amazing thing that I've got is I've been in contact with 3 really good celebrities that are, one's in America, one's international, and 2 of them are UK. And they are regular tweeters, but they seem to have got into the loop of replying when I tweet them, which has been amazing. So through that, there's potential that I'm going to style Chris Evans, which don't go there, but very bizarre. And that was through Duncan Bannatyne saying you should speak to Chris, and Chris then got in touch with me. So that is really, really cool. It helps the business in every way that I can. The only thing I do have to sometimes think is, right, okay, am I tweeting about business? And even though people do want to know what I'm doing, what I found is that I lose followers if I lose my track and I start going on about Big Brother. And if I start and put a tweet about Big Brother and God, that guy's an idiot or whatever, I seem to notice that the followers drop off. So I feel like I've had my wrist slapped by my Twitter followers, and then I've picked it back up. So I try not to. I bite my tongue. The people that sort of follow me, they tend to be people that love fashion and people that are international, from Dubai through to the US, through to the UK, from Manchester down south. I think I've had someone in Saudi Arabia as well, which is bizarre, but hey, she likes it. So I also have the competition following me, which is fine. And what I really, really love is when my competition block me. Because I just think, oh, you know what, stick 2 fingers up at it, because it's fine, you know. If someone wants to follow me that's wanting to do what I do, and I do get that a lot, and I'm not being big-headed, a lot of people do want to be stylists, and I think they see it as really glamorous, but the pictures that I put up on Twitter are really not. I've got a lot of stores following me, boutiques that I love and that they love, Harvey Nicks, as I say, PR companies, designers, and people that just want to know what's out there, what's coming out there, people that want a realistic check on what's out there on the high street, what's coming out, what's Martine doing. And it's bizarre because I actually ask people, well, why do you follow me? And I know there are a couple, and I don't want to sound big-headed, but there are a couple of followers in here today, and I'm just like, well, why do you follow me? And they're like, well, we like what you talk about. I'm like, but it's just my everyday life. And they're like, yeah, but we like it. And we like fashion, so thank you, and I will carry on. And please feel free to unfollow me and follow me again if I start talking, you know, go off on a tangent. So I apologise. And the other thing that really narks me is when people say, I get about 100 followers a week, new followers. What they fail to tell you is that they actually follow that many people as well. For me, it's all about quality, not quantity. A follower, I mean, I follow about. And you know, I've not been doing Twitter that long, or maybe I have been there. I think I follow just under 200 people, but I've got about, I think it was 1,200 people, 1150. So for me, I would prefer to have less followers, but people that are quality and people that really enjoy what I'm going to tweet about. I did just one scenario. I did a shoot with one of the Hollyoaks girls a few weeks ago, which was Emma Rigby, who played Hannah. She's just left now, and. I asked her if it'd be all right if we tweeted throughout the day, throughout the shoot that we did, and it was absolutely amazing because you could see I would tweet a picture or a comment that she would make, and the response I would get back from people, it actually gives me goosebumps. I know that sounds really cheesy, but it was amazing, the power of social media and Twitter and the comments that people come back, and then she would reply and I would put it on Twitter. Obviously I had already done the styling at this point, so I wasn't just not styling and just taking pictures and stuff. So the power of Twitter is fantastic, and I use it. I literally use it. I have what we call a style lounge, and every so often I'll open the style lounge, and it's just where people can ask me anything and everything if they always wanted to know something. And people have, like today, someone tweeted, listen, I've got a ball on the 16th, where the hell can I get an outfit? And I'm like, I retweeted it, I said, what's your budget, what colour, what are you looking for, how old are you? Got the replies, gave her a load of answers, gave her some online links, and she was absolutely made up. Now you know, some people would charge for that. I don't. I love what I do, and I'm more than happy to do that when I can, when I've got half an hour, and when I'm skiving. When I've got an email that I need to look at and I really don't want to, so I just divert and just go on Twitter. You hear TweetDeck go, and it's like, well, I'll just check if it's a reply. It might be a mention to me. So I have the Style Lounge. I tell people exactly what's out there. Like I say, when the sales are. I ask people's opinions. I don't just use it to tell people things. I actually ask for their feedback on what they want. And you know, people do. They are quite honest and will reply and tell you exactly what they want. So I guess my final point was, what do I want from Twitter moving forward? Well, pretty much what I've got, but on a massive, massive scale. I was going to say to get 2,000 followers, but I'm going for a lot. I'm going for the Manchester airport. I want me 10,000, and then I'm going for I'm going for 1.1 million. So we've got a goal. I've set it here. It's been videoed and everything. So there's no going back. Yeah, it's what I want to do is create almost like, I want to create a buzz for all things fashion in the UK and the US. So that's my goal. So if anybody's got any questions on what I do, well, what I do, if the men in the room are going, a what? A stylist, a hairdresser. So if anybody has got any questions, then please feel free to ask. If not, thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Martine. And has anyone got any questions of any nature?